Okay, so every now and again, for weekends, I'll upload something like this. Recently, I guess near the end of March, from YouTube Music, I got my winter recap from 2023, and I saw it, and I didn't really do anything about it, whatever. And I thought, better late than never. Why not talk about this, just randomly on a weekend? I don't know, to show people, what I'm listening to, whatever it is. And yeah, so I thought, it might be fun. Why not? I, got screen record here going. Hopefully no one texts me or anything. I put do not disturb on my phone, so let's see what the hell happens. Anyway, I'm going to get into, right off the bat, there is, if I move this up, Cedarful recap here. I'm going to go over this quickly because it's hard to pause the stories, I don't know, it's just the way that YouTube Music puts it together. It jumps around. I don't know, it's very weird. It's finicky. So anyway, I'm just going to talk about them quickly and then talk about them more after I go through them, if that makes sense. You'll see in a minute here. Okay, so let's look back at your winter in music. So your top winter artists. So Tala, a new up and coming band on number 1. Olivia Rodrigo, No Surprise If You Know Me, at number 2. Bachman Turner Overdrive at number 3. Beach Boys number 4, again one of my favorite all-time bands, and Morrissey at number 5. And then we go on to my top winter tracks: Overconfidence by Tala, love that song so much. Looking Out for number 1 by BTO. Up the Junction by Squeeze, number 3, love that song. That's going to be one of my favorite songs of the year when I do my end of year, best songs I reacted to at the end of 2023. My God. Anyway, and then we have Brian Wilson, number 4, from the Bare Naked Ladies, and number 5 we have Moist with Push. And then, of course, this shows here, you listen to this cool live performance by the Undertones' Teenage Kicks, another song that's going to be near the top of my favorite songs of 2023 list. My top genres, okay, let me see here. Rock, 25%, no surprise. Indie music, 24%. Pop, 16%. Heavy metal, 13%. And hip-hop music, 3%. That hip-hop is basically just Eminem and Wu-Tang Clan, I'll say right now. And heavy metal is probably mostly Metallica. Anyway, top winter playlists. I listened to Dennis Wilson's Pacific Ocean Blue a few times. I did. I love that album. Dennis Wilson's basically the only solo album he released when he was alive. And then the recap here is just, again, with putting both together, with top artists and songs. Total time listened. My goodness, 1,102 minutes. That's quite a long time. And that's basically it there. So like I wanted to say, now I'll put this up here a little bit. Those songs, they're going to be talked about here, I guess, right off the bat, because we go down, and there it is, Tala, Overconfidence. So now I can talk about the bands and stuff. So with Tala, I think it's Tala, that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, an up-and-coming new kind of band. Think of it, I don't know, if you want to compare someone like Slipknot, I guess, is somebody they might sound like, you might say. Lots of, guttural screaming from Justin Bonnet, the lead singer here. Justin is somebody I've watched on YouTube for many years. And also, drummer of the band is Max Portnoy, of course, Mike Portnoy's baby boy, his son of course, Dream Theater. And yeah, so I guess, right off the bat, those are the people I think of. Anyway, I just love their sound. They pump me up. My God, especially if I'm at work, because what I do at work is very physical. Anyway, and so it's nice to listen to music, and yeah, Tala is very good. And again, I don't listen to too many Tala songs, but the songs I do listen to, I've listened to quite a bit, and I guess that's why they're my top artist. But yeah, like I was saying, Overconfidence, I love the one-take vocal performance from Justin here. And again, the way he can do like accents and the way he can control his voice in one song and change his range in one song, it's just nuts. And he's one of the most underappreciated, I guess, vocalists in the game today, especially in their genre, which I guess you might say is like metal or again, I don't even know how to describe this band. They're just nuts. But anyway, moving on here. Looking Out for number 1 by BTO here. Bachman Turner Overdrive, of course. And again, I've listened to many BTO, a lot of their biggest hits, because again, I am Canadian and they're a great Canadian band, whatever. But I never listened to Looking Out for number 1. I don't know, I never came across it. It's never really played on the radio where I live. Except, a lot of their other stuff was, but not this one. So I finally looked for it, Looking Out for number 1 here, and I couldn't stop listening to it. It's so chill. It's such an easy listen. Nothing's overbearing at all. Randy Bachman, his vocals are just so, again, they're just so chill, and it's just so easy to vibe to. And I love that, Randy Bachman, he wants his last name to be called, Bachman, but everyone, and, of course the band is called Bachman Turner Overdrive. So I just love that it's Randy Bachman from Bachman Turner Overdrive. It's a little joke, Anyway, but I love Looking Out for number 1. And there's kind of, I guess you might say, Spanish influences in there as well. Just brilliant, my God. Anyway, Squeeze, Up the Junction, like I was saying, again, these songs at the top are the songs I most listen to, that you saw on the other list at the beginning there. So yeah, like I was saying, Squeeze and Up the Junction, this is going to be one of my favorite songs I listened to of 2023, I reacted to. Just love everything about this band, their style, and not just their music style, but their clothing style as well. I love lead singer of the band. I can't remember his name now. Good Lord. Anyway, I love, again, the pink shirt, his green pants. I just love the band, how they're all in, I guess, a kitchen, I think it was, in the music video. And they're just, I love the keys, and, of course, Jules Holland is on the keys there. It's just, I just love, and again, how fast they go, and I think there was 6 verses in the song, if I remember correctly, and it's just go, 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 there's no chorus, and such a great, not a great story, I guess, because you're talking about, this guy, pretty much lost his family, but freaking, they sing it so well, and it's a song, I know I love a song that I've reacted to when it goes into my playlist, and of course when it becomes one of my most listened to songs of the year. So yeah, like I said, that's going to be up there when I do my favorite songs that I reacted to in 2023. So at the end of the year in like December or whatever, or January of next year. So next we have Brian Wilson, of course, from Barenaked Ladies, which was one of my most favorite songs I reacted to from 2022. And this, is still one of my favorite songs as somebody who loves Brian Wilson. I love to hear the Barenaked Ladies talk about him and all the struggles he's had. And anyway, so yeah, that doesn't change. Pushed from Moist, like I was saying. Moist, a word that some people don't like to say, but I love the band. I mean, my God. And Moist, a great Canadian band. They don't get, I don't think they're really, well known outside of Canada probably, but they have a few bangers, and Push is my favorite song from them. It's another one that pumps me up. It's so violent in a way. The way it just starts off with the guttural guitar, does that make sense? I don't know. Violent guitar sound, fiery guitar. And again, the lead singer here, now I can't remember any names for God's sakes. Anyway, lead singer here, his vocals, again, they were so young, and it's just, they were so full of feistiness, my God, I just love it so much. Anyway, I'm terrible with names today, good Lord. Okay, so then Olivia Rodrigo, again, always near the top of my favorite artists in a year. Brutal, which might be my favorite Olivia song, maybe Deja Vu, could be Good For You. Of course, I think she had 11 tracks on her debut album there, and they're all bangers. I mean, holy shit. And of course, Brutal was kind of influenced from Elvis Costello, and with his song that I can't remember the name of. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, Elvis Costello kind of influence in there on that. I'm getting a lot of tweet notifications. Good Lord, from Twitter. Anyway, but yeah, Brutal from Olivia. I mean, it's a banger. My God. Hey Man, Nice Shot from Filter. Of course, you want to know about the story of the song. Of course, to do with R. Bud Dwyer, who, shot himself on camera. I think that video is available on YouTube, for God's sakes. Anyway, but yeah, Hey Man, Nice Shot. I've loved this song for many years. It's so, I feel like I'm seeing a pattern here. It's another song that, pumps me up, and it's another song that Richard Patrick just belts out. And, goes from slow to quiet, yeah. Quiet to just friggin' a feralness, blistering sound. And again, it's one song that you can listen to in the car, friggin' blast it, and good Lord, it's a great track. Anyway, Hey Man, Nice Shots there. So again, there's only 22 here, so this video shouldn't be too long. Good For You from Olivia, like I was saying. Maybe that could be my favorite Olivia song. Just love everything she does, and she's so young still. Tala, No One Should Read This. Again, one-take vocal performance. I just love Justin's one-take vocal performances of Tala's songs. Better than the studio version, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, he's just an enigmatic kind of guy, and a great vocal. Also he is a vocal coach. Actually, I do know that as well. But a great vocalist. Like I said, just so unique in his own way. And I hate the word unique, but that's what comes to mind. But yeah, No One Should Read This. Again, I love the build-up of the song. I think at the minute mark is when Justin finally comes in and just screams his heart out. And yeah, just No One Should Read This. I'm not surprised that's there. And then again, LED, another Tala song. That's I gotta say, I haven't actually listened to LED a lot, so I'm surprised that it's here. But again, it's like I've already said over and over. This band is up and coming again, and hopefully they find even more success down the road here. And then there it is again. The Undertones, Teenage Kicks official video. This song, when I heard it, I knew, again, it was going to be one of my favorite songs that I reacted to from 2023 here. And, by the time December comes around, it should be there. And, again, I just love it's there's not too many lyrics. It's the repetition of it. They sing and then they repeat the whole song again. But it's just so freaking catchy for God's sakes. And yeah, the undertones here, I gotta listen to more from them. But yeah, I just because Teenage Kicks. I mean, it just really makes you feel nostalgic. I mean, I guess it really, if you're in your 20s like I am, whatever, gives you some kind of nostalgic feeling. Again, going back to teenage years and stuff. But yeah, one of my favorite songs I've listened to this year, and obviously, I still listen to it to this day. So then more Olivia, holy moly, Deja Vu. Like I was saying, Deja Vu, Brutal, and Good For You are my favorite songs probably, and there they are right there, Deja Vu from Olivia once more. Can you tell I love Olivia Rodrigo? Lips of an Angel, that's funny. Lips of an Angel by Hinder. Honestly, I got this because my mom was listening to this song, and I was like, oh, I remember the song. And then it just got stuck in my head, and I've been listening to it. I was listening to it a lot at work. And I guess that's what happens since I work alone and listen to music and stuff. That's where a lot of, this comes from, the songs I listen to most at work and stuff. But anyway, Lips of an Angel. I feel like most people have heard this, Hinder. It's basically their signature track. And I just love, again, I don't know the lead singer's voice or name, but I just love his kind of rough voice that he has on the song. Again, for kind of like I might say a love song, he wants his old girlfriend back, even though he has another girlfriend now, whatever. But he has such a rough, kind of gruff, raspy voice on the track, and I just love that part of it. So anyway, yeah, The Lips of an Angel there. Jane Says from Jane's Addiction. I did react to this song, I want to say, of course, on the channel, and honestly, I forgot about it. And then, it's just weird. Sometimes a song will just come into my head that I haven't listened to in many days, months, whatever. And I'll think, I gotta listen to that song again. It's in my head. And that was the case here. Holy moly, I got gas all of a sudden. Anyway, I had some Taco Bell freaking cheese quesadilla. Anyway, Jane Says, it got in my head, and I had to listen to it again. Had to download it, and it's one of my most listened to songs during the wintertime. And again, I just love Perry Farrell's, feral voice on the song. And he just has such a distinct tone and distinct voice as well. Okay. Too Late for Goodbyes by Julian Lennon. Now, I first heard the song, I don't know why I clapped, on GTA 5, of course, on the rock radio station in Grand Theft Auto 5. And, since 2013, it's been a song I've listened to on and off because, I don't know, it's just such a great, probably, I guess you would say Julian's signature track. But yeah, I've just loved it since then. Like I say, it's, again, I love, a chill kind of vibe to the song. That's what the song is all about. And just really enjoyed Julian's vocals here. And again, he's such a welcoming voice, such a likable guy. And anyway, and of course, John Lennon's son. I mean, my God, he's going to get some fame. And this was his big hit from 1984, I want to say. And then we have Lunchbox from Marilyn Manson. I know Manson. I haven't kept up with everything that's going on with him, of course, with the allegations and everything, which sucks to hear about that. But I've listened to Lunchbox by Manson, which was one of his, might have been, I don't know if it was a single, but one of his, first songs really that got him on the map. And I've always just loved that song so much. It's just like, I don't know. But yeah, I love this song from Manson, Lunchbox. I love how it starts off with a kid, this motherfucker is going to get my medal or whatever. It's just like, oh my goodness, here we go. And again, Manson here just starting off his career, and he has so much vigor, and I just love it so much. And again, I don't know, I just love the chorus, talking about, again, a lunchbox, kind of the old metal lunchboxes that people used to have, and basically, defending himself with that against bullies and everything. So anyway, which was basically kind of an autobiographical song in Manson's point, because he was bullied as a kid. So anyway, love that song, but again, the man, at this point, has been in some trouble. Anyway, My Time, that's funny, from Triple H's WWE theme song, his old one. I am a wrestling fan, and I don't know, I just love that. I know Triple H, again, if you know wrestling, whatever, Triple H has, he had a couple different theme songs, and for both of them, of course, this one, My Time, when he, through the 90s, and he might have had it in the early 2000s. And then, of course, he went to Motorhead's The Game. I mean, two just fantastic theme songs, and yeah, I've listened to My Time a lot. I don't know. The band almost reminds me, not the band, but the guy that does it. I think he's passed now, but his voice almost reminds me of Zach De La Rocha or Rasha. I can't remember now. My goodness, from Rage Against the Machine, and yeah, there's so much style to his voice, and again, I just love his kind of antics in the song, and yeah, so yeah, it's funny that a WWE theme song is in this, but it is. And then the Associates, of course, Party Fears 2. Again, I think this is from the video I did react to of it, which was live. And then now it says here, yeah, R.I.P. Alan Rankin, 1958 to 2023. Of course, because right after I reacted to that song, the same day it was released, I put it out, whatever, he passed, which I was just like, oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, yeah, I recorded it a couple nights before that, and then all of a sudden he passed, and I was just like, my God, I just reacted to them. Anyway, yeah, so rest in peace, my goodness, rest in peace to Alan Rankin, and of course, rest in peace to Billy here as well. And I did see. I remember a comment I got on that. Somebody said David Bowie did, the Associates better, whatever. If you want to listen to the Associates, you might as well just listen to Bowie or something like that. I remember somebody said something negative about the Associates, and I was just like, I don't feel that way at all. I love their style. I love their sound. I love Billy's high tenor. And yeah, Billy and Alan here were a great little duo. And yeah, so that song has really stuck with me. Again, that might be my list of my favorite 2023 reactions I've done. Because again, it's just so different from anything I heard. Billy's voice was just, struck me very hard. Anyway, and of course, yeah, and then Alan passes, and it's just like, oh my goodness, like I said, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, the Cramps, Goo Goo Muck. I mean, of course, you think of Wednesday now, and how famous, that got the song to be. And I love that freaking Jenna Ortega, of course, who plays Wednesday Addams in the show, loves the Cramps as well. I know that Tim Burton, was a part of the show, and I don't know if he picked the song or not. Either way, I love that they picked the Cramps here. Goo Goo Muck, really showing, again, it was one of my favorite songs I reacted to, I think of 2021. Maybe it was 2022 as well. I can't remember when I did it. Anyway, but the Cramps, always love everything about them, and Lux Interior's, his distinctive voice, you would say. And yeah, nothing's different here on Goo Goo Muck. Just and a great title too, Goo Goo Muck, and I mean, just stuck in your head. The opening guitar is just beautiful as well. I mean, everything about the song is great. And again, it's just 3-minute track, and like I said, very glad that it got bigger through that show. Anyway, and then we have this is a callback as well. I'm Awesome from Spose. This is a song I listened to in like middle school, and it's just stuck with me. I'm Awesome. It's a very, very revealing track from Spose here, and could relatable for a lot of people, maybe me as well included. It's, I don't know, it's funny. It's kind of, I guess you might say, kind of a rap hip hop track, whatever. And yeah, it's very funny to me. Yeah, it stayed with me for so long, and I still listen to it to this day. And yeah, my goodness gracious, I'm Awesome from Spose. Again, it's very self-deprecating, and I love it. Anyway, Driver's License from Olivia Rodrigo. Would you believe it? Which of course is basically her signature track, her biggest song that really got her on the map. I don't like it as much as the other tracks that I listened to that were near the top there, Deja Vu, Good for You, and Brutal and stuff. Anyway, but of course, Driver's License was huge for her, and I love that song still at the same time. And of course, again, I just love Olivia's whole style, her whole what she stands for and everything. Very nice lady. And then we have, is this it? Yeah, the last track, Bad Habit from Steve Lacy. Again, Steve Lacy is someone who I found through my youngest sister. And of course, Bad Habit, it's one of the best tracks of the year, of I want to say of last year when it was released, I'm pretty sure. And it's just so, so catchy. My God. And how it starts off kind of quiet, and then then there's the big break, and then it's just, I don't know, I just love his voice so much. Steve's voice is so, again, likable. It's so welcoming. It's relatable. This whole song is just, I don't know, it has all the flavors I love. And yeah, so again, Bad Habit, I feel like a lot of people at this point have heard that song, especially on the radio, whatever. And again, I do know it was nominated for a Grammy. So yeah, it was a big tune for old Steve Lacy. I think his best known song, you might want to say. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I guess that's it for all of them. And there's my winter recap of 2023. Like I said, better late than never. Oh, and just go through some 22 songs here. Try not to have the video so long, and I hopefully I didn't I accomplished that. But anyway, yeah, if you want to comment down below, I don't know, whatever you want to say. If you have any opinions or whatever music you listen to most in 2023 or 2022, winter, the winter of 2023, whatever. My God, well appreciated, and I always love to see people's what they listen to or anything, whatever. If it's a nice comment, I mean, my God. Anyway, yeah, so that's all I got basically for you today. Again, through this screen record app here that I downloaded. And yeah, so thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. Thank God the neighbors were quiet for this. My goodness, they say, living under my nephew is quite the life here, especially when he likes to listen to loud music when I wake up. But anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Let's end this now. 20 minutes,